Well, happy Friday to you. It is now September the 8th. Today is September the 8th. And this is going to be my second one for the week, actually. It's been a long time coming, but it's been a long time since I've had other podcasts on through this format. But my name is Jay Goff, and I am with Legacy Leadership International, and I am here to add value to you today. And today I'm talking about, some of you know that I'm retired Army, 26 years. And one of my favorite jobs when I was in the military was that of a senior leadership course instructor. Now in the Army, they called it the Advanced Non-Commissioned Officer course and also the Basic Non-Commissioned Officer course. I was blessed to be an instructor on that and add value to young leaders and junior and senior leaders, and to help them become better leaders and then go back in their organizations and develop leaders out of their teams. So what I want to talk to you about is a couple of things today that, as a leader in the military, a lot of the same principles apply in your day-to-day world, out here, in what we call the civilian world. So as a leader, a couple of things I want to talk to you about. One is the acronym OACC-F. OACC-F. And this deals with connecting with your people and understanding them more, helping them to become all that they can become. And so with OACC-F, a lot of times was applied in the counseling aspects of leadership. So when we're talking about OACC-F, what this is, and I added the F actually, but because I think it's a very vital part of this whole process. But OACC-F starts off with observe. As a leader, you're constantly observing your people. You're not observing them for faults. You're observing them for how can we help to make them better. Because when we make our people better, we make our organization better. And it makes us better as leaders. So while we're looking for things that we can improve upon, we're also observing for things that they're doing great. Now, I know in a lot of organizations and companies, in fact, anybody listening to this right now is probably saying to yourself, yeah, but you don't know my organization, you don't know my leadership in my company. I get that. I've seen many leaders, many organizations who lacked efficient leadership skills and effective leadership skills. So, but that's okay because you get to be the leader. So even though you may be working for somebody that you consider not to be a great leader, you be the leader. Now that's not meaning that you go and you take over a situation, but if you are qualified and you do all that's required of you and to get the prerequisites, become that leader. Get into that position so you can impact and make a difference. But you observe the people. You observe what's going on in their life, both personally and professionally. You want to connect with your people on a personal level as well as in the professional level. When you can know more about them, what's going on in the world beyond the 9 to 5, if you will, then you have a better understanding of their job performance, of their attitude, of their attendance records, of their absences, unscheduled absences. When you know more about what's going on in their personal life, it'll give you a better grasp on how to help them become better on the professional side. So you do want to be invested in their personal side. So observe your people. If you see things that are changing in their behavior, their attitudes, their performance, the KPIs, and if you see changes in that, then there's cause for attention on your part. Not for ridicule, not for discipline, but to find out what's going on first. Too many people in the managerial levels are wanting to discipline before they discover what's going on and then help them to overcome that. Because people do far more for you when they know that you care about them and you care enough to ask, not only just ask, but help them resolve that problem. Don't just leave it up to them and their own devices, because chances are if they're struggling right now, it's because they may have reached the end of their resources of knowing what to do. And that's where you as a leader can step in and help them by being a thinking partner for one, and even maybe directing them to some of the resources that are available in the community. And if you don't know the resources, then get out there and find the resources with them, not for them, and help them discover that as well. So this is part of leadership, is not doing for them, but doing things with them. So that being said, now going on to the A. When we talk about OACC-F. Now when we come to the A, this is assess. So assess the situation. So we made the observations of what needs to be checked, what needs to be conferred with, and to determine what needs to be done. When we're assessing our people, we're assessing their current situation around them. How are they with their peers? How are the peers with them? How do they communicate and connect? Assess the situation. So you make the observations. You assess what needs to be done. What are some of the possibilities of solutions and stuff like that. So then we come to the C. The first C is coach. Now, not everybody is coaching effectively. See, coaching is not mentoring. Mentoring is very important. It's a very important part of being a leader. But you also want to coach them, which is helping them to discover the answers for themselves. So you coach them by asking questions, open-ended questions, not yeses and nos, or I don't knows, but ask them questions that cause them to think and dig deep for the answers. Because when we can help them to discover the answers for themselves, we help them to grow, we help their confidence level and their competence level, and we help the company as a whole and the team. So that's the coaching aspect. And then you come to the counseling. Now the counseling aspects in respect to leadership is not a disciplinary counseling only. See, some people think that counseling is only done when there's something negative has happened. But you want to also counsel your people when they're doing great things. You want to counsel your team when they've done great things, when they've reached a milestone, and when they've reached an objective, when they've succeeded on a project. You want to give them counseling, periodic counseling, situational counseling. And these are both positive and negatives. These are things that can increase their performance level and their attitudes, but also it'll also increase their awareness of when there is a problem that you go through the counseling. Now, part of the counseling aspect also is you're responsible as well. See, there's an accountability to each other. There's more than just an accountability of our team to us, but there's also the major accountability of us to our team. Because the people will hold you accountable as well as leadership. So you need to be consciously aware of that. So counseling, and we can go into greater, deeper topics. As a matter of fact, I may break this whole thing down and have discussions on each one more specifically to help you grow as the leader through this. Now, as we got done with counseling, so we've observed, we've assessed, we've coached, we've counseled. The final one is F, and this is very important, but yet it wasn't really included as far as part of the process in counseling, but it's follow-up. Follow-up is king. If you don't follow up with your people, then you're taking your finger off the pulse of the company and the pulse of their needs. So you want to do a follow-up and allow them to also, in fact, invite them and encourage them to follow up with you. Now that comes from building a relationship of trust. So once you've achieved that, then accountability and coming to each other will help keep both of you strong. So anyway, with that OACC-F, we will end today. Thank you so much for listening, and if you'd like to know more as far as coaching and counseling and invite me to come speak to your organization, contact me at j@legacy-leadership.com or 417-298-6419 with Legacy Leadership International. And I'd love to add value to you, your organization, and your goals. Until we meet again, God bless, and don't forget to pray for our friends down in Florida and in Texas as they overcome this hurricane season. Thank you. Bye-bye.